What house? It is Honey Flus, it's your boy Break here, and today, ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans, we are back again for yet another recap of SmackDown. And today's recap is the September 6th edition, the last SmackDown on Fox. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready for this, please drop a like on the video, leave a comment somewhere down in the comment section below. I have my notes, I hope you have your notes. So let's recap SmackDown. Yeah. So the show starts off with none other than the world champ himself, Cody Rhodes. And he already knows what's about to go down while he's out there talking. He's saying, yeah, I'm already out here talking, and I know at some point that I'm going to get interrupted. So he's already calling a shot. He calls out Solo. Here comes Solo, told by the rest of the Bloodline. And from last week's episode, Solo was already talking about he's the #1 contender for the belt. And he's telling Cody, you know I had you beat at SummerSlam because I am the Weekend Steel. And I would have had you beat if it wasn't for none other than the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. But Cody, he's really not even giving much attention to Solo. He's giving attention to a different member of the Bloodline. And he peeks over Solo's shoulder and he calls out Jacob Fatu. And he tells him to step up. Jacob like, okay. And then he steps up. And Solo, he like, what you doing? What you doing? Look, and look. When I tell you Jacob, this is early yet great storytelling. Cause you already saw the look on Solo's face, you saw the look on Jacob's face. Them two are gonna clash at some point down the road. And Jacob's gonna pile through. He's going straight through Solo at some point. I can already see it. I can already tell it. Y'all know it too. But Solo tells Jacob to step down, and I love you, my tribal chief. Like, bro, come on now.
You are my tribal chief.
Come on now. You ain't got to do all that, bro. Just do your own thing. Push him out the way and accept Cody's invitation. But at the end of the day, the next episode of SmackDown, we're going to get the championship match between Cody and Solo. And then Solo, he calls the rest of the boys. They about to jump Cody. Out come DIY and the Street Profits. Next thing you know it, Nick Aldis, he's like, nah, we ain't doing none of this. We ain't doing none of this. Tonight, we got an 8-man tag. Bloodline versus DIY and the Street Profits. Until then, look, y'all touch any one of each other, y'all getting suspended and y'all getting fined. Okay. And all this also added this little stipulation. You know, since Solo like to bring in the boys to help whenever possible, in the championship match, there will be a steel cage involved. Very interesting. Very, very mouth-watering. And I can't wait to see what will happen. Moving into the next segment, we have Pretty Deadly and Tiffany Stratton in the backstage segment. Pretty Deadly, they still talking about the Pretty Deadly musical. At this point, yeah, go ahead and make the damn thing because I'm low-key excited for it. But Stratton, she's getting ready for her match. Here comes Queen Nia looking delicious as ever. And she's pointing out, hey, I saw how you was looking at me when I was down and out, and you look like you was ready to cash in. Tiffany's like, no, I was helping you, like, get your shit together. But look, for my match, I'm gonna need you to be out there. Okay? And I was like, no worries, I'll be out there. Cut to Stratton is having a match with Bayley. The match started off pretty good. They both working each other's arms, doing wrist twists or arm twists. They going out with the rings doing it and everything. And there was one moment, Stratton, oh my goodness, they were on the apron. And I mean, when Stratton, she must have been training with bulls or something. Because she did this kick to Bayley, and I mean, I mean, she took her arms out. Cause if that was me, I would have been out. I would have been going for like 3 weeks. Okay, workers' compensation. Okay, and before the match even started, at first I thought Nia was gonna come out with Stratton, but she didn't. She came out towards the later part of the match, and when she did, she kind of gave up a distraction where Bayley gets caught with a mean Alabama slam. And I mean, like 2 seconds ago, workers' compensation. More workers' compensation right there, because that slam was just clean on the top region of the back, probably on the neck. Bayley's a true trooper for this, because those hits she was taking out there were crazy. But even with the Alabama slam, Stratton still didn't get the win. And there was a point Bayley hits Stratton. Then she goes out for a suicide dive on Nia, and that pissed off the champ. And then she gets on the apron, distracting the ref while Stratton has a 3 count going on. Next thing you know, once the referee gets the count, Bayley gets out of it. Next thing you know, hits her with a rose plant. Match is done. Nia's like, I didn't need to do it, but I did it anyways. And then Bayley gets a clean win. Wasn't this her first match back? My memory's a little foggy, okay? But if it is, first match back, she gets a win. She's up on the board. Then we get yet another backstage segment with A-Town Down Under. They meet up with Owens. They're talking about, hey mate, you don't have any friends? Where's your pal Cody? He's nowhere to be found. And then Owens, he's pointing out the fact that them two, they've been having their little tiffs and tussles. Then come to find out, we're going to have a triple threat match between A-Town Down Under and Kevin Owens. Very interesting to see how that was going to turn out. Didn't turn out how I really thought, but I mean, it was still the slight storytelling that they did add in there to further on the story. And now we're getting the next match of the night, which honestly, when I first saw the competitors of the match, instantly in my head I'm thinking, okay, squash match, because it was the re-debut of Giovanni Vinci, and he was taking on Apollo Crews. And y'all already know, once you see Apollo Crews, it was going to be a loss, okay? And the man didn't even get a damn entrance. But Vinci did. He's out there, you know, he popping his collar with his Gucci suit on. He's getting kisses from people in the audience. And this was something I really wasn't paying attention to until I went back and looked at the footage. Vinci was taking his sweet ass time taking his jacket off. And the ref is like, hey Vinci, come on now, like, you doing too much, come on. And Vinci, he's not even paying attention. He's just taking his sweet ass time, unzipping his Gucci jacket, looking at the crowd. And the ref is like, Vinci, come on. He was like, you know what, ring the bell. Apollo went straight forward, 1, 2, 3. Clean, easy, done. And instantly, after I saw that, I was thinking to myself, they're probably going to make Vinci, how do I say this? He's supposed to be a serious character, but he's flat out losing all the time. And he's going to be that character to where no one, he's the only one taking himself serious, but no one else is taking him serious. And that's why I want to ask y'all, where does this Vinci character go after this type of a loss? And the next match that we have on the table is the triple threat match between A-Town Down Under and Kevin Owens. And this match was literally A-Town Down Under trying their hardest to tag team Owens. And honestly, it wasn't working. It literally didn't work at all, because anytime they tried to do tag maneuvers or at least work together on Owens, it wasn't working. It was either Theory getting his ass whooped, Waller getting his ass whooped. There were very little times where the both of them were in control of Owens, but most of the match, Owens had control. And I mean, Owens, he's hitting crazy sentons out on the ground. Owens putting the work on Theory, hitting cannonballs in the corner. And there was one point where the couple of times where Theory and Waller were in control, they were in the corner on the top rope, and it looks like they was going for a superplex. Owens hits Theory, he falls down. Owens hit Waller, he goes down. But the A-Town Down Under boys, they still put up a good fight. And then Theory, he hits his little rolling neck breaker. After he did that, Waller tried to scoop in and get the win. Theory was like, no. What you doing? How you gonna try to get the pin off of what I just did? Waller was like, look here, mate. We're a team. One of us is supposed to get the win. Look, I was just trying to help you out. He was like, come on, man, let's just get back to stomping him. But at the end of the day, their teamwork wasn't much, because at one point, Waller was out on the apron. Owens tried to push Theory into Waller. It didn't happen. And then Owens got pushed into Waller. He hits Waller, takes him out of the equation. Then Owens hits the stunner. 1, 2, 3. Owens gets the win, but he didn't walk out with the win. Waller gets back in the ring, beats down Owens. Theory joins. Next thing you know, A-Town Down Under. They standing up on top. They still looking like good friends, but Theory still has what Waller did in the back of his head, which is going to move on the story. Next, we have another in-ring promo, and it is coming from none other than the U.S. champ himself, L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
But pretty much he was just doing a whole lot of talking. Here comes Carmelo Hayes. He's talking about he wants that belt right there. Me, honestly, hey, give it to him, because I mean, I gotta root for my people. But he wants next for that championship, and he's talking about he beat Andrade twice, buddy. He beat you twice before you beat him twice. And then here comes Andrade. He's talking about, hey man, before you even held that belt, I held it first. And then I don't know why they didn't do this, because since they're going to settle their score in the next episode of SmackDown, the winner should get the #1 contender shot, but they really wasn't promoting that. It was just, whoever wins that match just wins the series. But we're just going to move on from that. At the end of the day, everyone's getting in each other's face. Andrade kicks Melo's head off. He gets hit with a blunt force trauma, and then he starts to walk out the ring. Hayes is in Andrade's face like, yeah, this is what's going to happen to you. You should have kept your mouth shut. Then he gets hit with a blunt force trauma. The champ is standing on top. And I can't wait to see what happens between these three, or just them two, in the near future. And now we have our co-main event of the night, which was surprisingly a really good, solid match between Chelsea Green and Michin. And mind you, from last week's episode, Michin is suffering from a mid-region injury. So Chelsea Green, she already has that in her head to, if she ever needs something to go to, she has that option. And this match started off with Michin using quick moves, trying to stay on a good balanced offense. And Green, she was honestly struggling to keep up with Michin, because anything that she tried to do, it wasn't working. Even when she tried to go for the mid-region, it only got her, a second of control time? And props to Michin, because she was doing a thing out there, even with that injury that she sustained. And Piper Niven, she even tries to distract the referee, and it doesn't work. Green is on the outside of the ring. Michin, suicide dive out there. It looked a little sloppy, but it still came out good. No one walked out injured, so that's a good thing. Michin rolls in Green. She tries to get back inside the ring, and Green knocks Michin on top of the head. Now, I mean, she did one of them fallback falls. And while she's out there, Green tries to go for her. Referee's like, oh, no, chill, look, we ain't gonna do none of that. While the referee is distracted, Niven, senton, right on Michin's mid-region. Gets her back in the ring. Green hits her with the unpretty her. 1, 2, 3. Chelsea Green gets the win. And honestly, I really want to know, when are these two going to be separated, because we have not seen Niven in the ring since her title match, and I would definitely love to see more from her. And Chelsea Green, people love her. People love her character work. People loved her from her TNA days. So I feel like both of them would really... I know they could do a lot if they were separated and giving a good program to work with. Because me personally, this whole tag team thing ain't working. This whole women's tag team division is not hitting for me. Y'all let me know, but them two, they just need to be separated. And then we have the main event between the Bloodline and DIY and the Street Profits. And y'all, when I say the best way to describe this match was it was pretty much a traffic jam. Matter of fact, not even a traffic jam. It was like the circus, because it was something everywhere. It was something to look here, it was something to look there, it was something to look there. It was nothing but pure chaos. Because the match itself started off, who was the last team to come out? I think it was DIY was the last team to come out. They get in the ring, automatic brawling. I mean, it was just pure chaos. It was pure joyful to watch. It was barely any, stable moments in the match. And there was this one cool moment where Ciampa was the legal man, and he ended up double tagging Angelo Dawkins and Gargano, but they both get in, and I mean, they put on a clinic. Super kicks to you, super kicks to you, rolling drop kicks there, rolling drop kicks here. Referee like, hey man, one man in. And then he just said, screw it, y'all do your thing. And when I say Dawkins and Gargano put on a mini show, they put on a mini show. Y'all need to go check it out for yourselves. And then Ciampa, Tonga Lord, superplex out the ring. Everyone's there to catch him. And then the ending of the match came to when Jacob Fatu, he was the legal man, taking on Montez Ford. Speaking of Montez Ford, that man hit a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, 450 splash. That man can do anything, except be a single star. We need to get on that. But yeah, Jacob Fatu, he doing his thing. He pretty much had the match won. Once he did his moves, the match was over. But no, the Mr. Tribal, I'm the Tribal Chief. He was like, no, I gotta finish this. Montez Ford, he was pretty much pronounced dead at that point. But no, Solo, he wants in. Jacob, dude, my Tribal Chief, I love you. He tags him in. Solo hits 2 Samoan spikes on Montez Ford. He gets the win. Bro, let that man shine. He see Solo know what he's doing. He brought in this powerhouse. I mean, if y'all don't know who Kenpachi Zaraki is, that's who Jacob Fatu is. That is literally, them two are the same people. And Solo has a monster on his hands, and he knows if that man gets to any type of shine, he's going to take it away from him. And y'all saw that in the main event, and y'all saw that in the beginning of the show. Y'all keep watch on that. But yeah, that was SmackDown, guys. Pretty much for me, I'm gonna give this show, I'll give it an A-, because it was pretty solid, it was fun, it was entertaining, it was a lot to see, and I purely enjoyed it. But guys, y'all let me know how you guys felt about the show. Let me know certain storylines that you're watching out for. And that has been my time. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, favorite, comment, subscribe, all that fancy stuff that you love to put in your pasta salad. As always, Honey Flu, stay doozing. Keep watching wrestling. And we will see you guys in the next one. Yeah.